know that today is such an important episode because a lot of women come to me wanting change. And so if this is you, if you're someone that's been wanting change, if you're someone that is feeling like you have implemented all the things, you've invested in programs, you have started and stopped and started and stopped, and you're feeling like maybe 2024 might be the same as 2023, 2022, and 2021, this episode is for you. Hi, and welcome again to another episode of The Consistency Queen. My name is Elsa Morgan. I'm a wife. I'm a mum to two beautiful children. I'm so blessed. And I'm also the founder and CEO of a global women's empowerment company, The Queenie Effect, where I am on a mission to serve and impact over 1 million women through my coaching programs, where I teach women how to build businesses the right way, but also teach them how to break generational curses, create the life that they want, their 7-figure life, start creating wealth and in their families to live the life they want, as well as impacting women through our events and our book collaborations. So know that today is such an important episode because a lot of women come to me wanting change. And so if this is you, if you're someone that's been wanting change, if you're someone that is feeling like you have implemented all the things, you've invested in programs, you have started and stopped and started and stopped, and you're feeling like maybe 2024 might be the same as 2023, 2022, and 2021, this episode is for you. You have to understand that in order for us to grow and evolve into the person that's going to achieve the goals that we want, there has to be change. And so when women come to me, they come to me because by the time they've raised their hand or they've sent me a message, they understand where I've come from. So a little bit of my backstory. I was born into poverty. I had 2 dining chairs as my bed for the first 18 months of my life. I also filed for bankruptcy in 2009 after the global financial crisis. And that wasn't just because of that. It was also largely due to decisions that I'd made that weren't in alignment with who I am today, but certainly matched the person that I was back then. And out of that moment where I filed for bankruptcy, I literally hit rock bottom. I hit rock bottom. But I knew instinctively that the only way was up. In that moment, I had a decision. I could either stay in my story and play the victim card about why life was unfair, about why I found myself in this situation where I had to file for bankruptcy, where I felt like I had no other choice. Or I could use that moment to grow, to learn, and to evolve into another person that would look back and smile that not only did I overcome that, but I absolutely accelerated, and I chose the latter. So fast forward to today, I am not only here in this top rating podcast sharing with you part of my story, but also I am the founder and CEO of a business that is global. I've been featured in Forbes and Yahoo Finance. I've been recognized and been finalist for many awards as well. And I say this to you not to brag, please know this to be true, but I'm saying this to you that, The person that could have stayed in the victim state after filing for bankruptcy would have never have achieved all the things. But the person that chose to change and grow and evolve did. And this is why I'm sharing with you this message. Because I know that if you're listening to this episode, you're wanting change. And I also know that you've attempted to change in the past, because women come to me because they know that I'm an OBS coach and I will hold them accountable. So by the time they come to me, they've done all the things and they know that I'm probably one of the last resorts, if not the last resort. So I want to share with you today 3 things that you will experience when you make a decision to change your life. Because if there's one thing that I can tell you, once you start recognizing some of the events that may occur, you'll no longer see them as reasons for why you won't succeed. And you'll start understanding that they are events that need to happen for the change process to occur. Because let me tell you, once upon a time, when I used to make a decision to do something, whether I'd be going for a goal, or I'd set myself a new income target, or I just wanted to do something different. More often than not, I'd say probably 99% of the time, something will happen. Something out of my control, out of left field, an event will happen, typically a negative event. And I would see those as reasons why this was not meant to happen. I was not meant to do that very thing in that moment in time. And so what I would do is I would quit. I would just say, see, not meant to happen. But I learned from a mentor that, in fact, obstacles are an excellent opportunity for you to grow and evolve. And so when you see obstacles presenting challenges, things that come out of left field that are meant to, maybe even trigger us, they are signs that these are the things that we need to work on. They're actual opportunities for us to recognize this is what we need to work on. So then we can go ahead and start working on it to push through, grow and evolve, and we become stronger, wiser, and more capable to achieve the goal that we're wanting to achieve. And so from the very get-go, I want you to know that as soon as you make a decision, do not be surprised if obstacles, challenges, adverse events present in your life, because this is actually an indication that you are on path. It could also indicate some programming as well, but that also indicates that that's something that you need to work on. So just because an event happens, a negative event, and an obstacle presents, that is in no way an indication that it's not meant to happen. So that's number one. If you see a challenge, an obstacle, an adverse negative event present soon after you make a decision that you want to change something, it is not a sign. And chances are, in 99% of cases, they will present. They will present. Okay. And one of the reasons why is because we are all balls of energy, and we are always operating at a particular frequency. And so when we make a decision, we are naturally vibrating at a very different frequency, at a very different level, which is very different to what we've done before. And what will happen is attrition will occur, meaning people might exit. So you might have a falling out with someone. Appliances might break down. You may lose clients. Just things that will test us, will present, but that's because we've been operating at a different frequency. And these things have been in our life at the current level for a very, very long time. And so in order for us to go to another level or to go forward and advance towards our goals, these are the very things that either need to be removed, replaced, or fixed, addressed for us to move forward towards our goals. And when you change your perspective that way, suddenly you understand how you need to move. Number two, another thing that happens once you make a decision for change is that people around you, your inner circle, or people that have known you for some time, may not necessarily support this, because in their world, they are comfortable with where you're at. In their world, they are happier in their world. And a lot of people aren't wired for change. A lot of people simply don't like the thought of anyone changing, because what does that mean for them? And so if you don't have the support that you thought you might have, I mean, firstly, take that as an indication that you are showing up differently. But secondly, you don't have to get their support, have their approval for you to go ahead and change your life or to move forward towards your goal. Because at the end of the day, no one else has to see what you see, only you. You are the one that has to believe in what it is that you're working towards. Only you have to, you're the only one that has to see what it is that you want to achieve. No one else has to see it, believe it, understand it, because it's not their job. And their approval does not qualify for you to move forward faster, quicker, better. And so once you make the decision, to do whatever, if your inner circle, family members, significant others, don't give you the support that you thought that you would have, this is not an indication that you opt out, that it's not meant for you. This is when you should really double down on your focus and commit, so that way you can show them why it's important for you to go for this goal, why this matters, because it's only through your example will they see why this transformation is necessary, and they'll also understand in the end what's in it for them. But you won't be able to convince them otherwise, especially if they are against it. So this is very normal, because you are disrupting their world. You are causing chaos and change in their world. So of course, they're going to not feel so good about it. Of course, they're going to feel nervous about it. And when you understand that, you understand that you need to hold space for them, but you also need to understand that that means you need to still keep going. And number three, and this is the most important, that when you decide to make a change, whether it's you're going for a new goal, you're investing in yourself, you're purchasing something big, or you're deciding to uproot your life and move somewhere, you will experience some doubts. This is very normal. You might consider opting out because you might freak out and go, oh my goodness, what have I done? You might feel some fear. And that is very normal too, because you're moving differently and your body senses this. Now, your brain, when it senses that you are feeling like fear, anxiety, anything like that, its normal role is to protect you and to bring you back to safety. So it will give you the indication, the signals to move back to safety, to do whatever it is to bring you back to feel a level of calmness and happiness and joy. This is where a lot of people really let themselves down, because when they feel fear and anxiety and feeling nervous about the decision they make, they take that as an indication that, I'm not meant to do this, because they're thinking that change needs to feel good. In fact, it's the other way around. Change never feels good. change always comes with a level of fear. And those that go on to achieve the things that they want to achieve or go on and make huge progress, leaps and bounds, are the ones that feel the fear and do it anyway. They are the ones that acknowledge that this is very normal for me to not feel 100% sure, but I need to still act, because otherwise I stay where I am and I refuse to stay where I am. And so if you're someone that has made decisions in the past and then felt a level of anxiousness or a level of fear, and you've decided to step backwards because you've been overcome with fear, know that what you're experiencing is very normal. But what you need to be doing going forward to change your life is to continue stepping forward, because staying where you are should be far worse than you advancing forward and experiencing the fear, the growth, and moving towards your desired outcome. And so once you understand that your body and your mind are operating as they should be to try and bring you back to safety, then you should also understand that in order for you to grow, evolve, and achieve something new, you need to move differently. And that means moving despite the fear, moving despite you feeling not sure, moving despite the uncertainty and the unknown. Because it's never going to feel good when you want to change. It's never going to feel good when you're trying something new, because you're breaking new ground. You're experiencing something new. You're learning something new. You're expanding in that moment. And that comes with growth and easiness, feeling uncomfortable. It's just not nice. So know that change needs to happen for change to happen. And once you start recognizing some of the things that might potentially be happening or have happened in the past, then you can start making decisions towards the things that you want to move, because none of these things, are going to stop happening. They're always going to happen. Disruption precedes disruption. Change precedes change. And change is a constant thing in life. And if you don't embrace change and all the dynamics that come with change, what will happen is you will stay where you are. I have grown and evolved so fast in the last 2 years, and then again in the last 6 months, and then again in the last month, that my immediate family around me are fully aware by now what is happening, because they're accustomed to the way that I approach. And this is how I teach my clients to approach when they set goals, they want to implement change in their life, and what they could potentially be experiencing. So I hope this has given you some new perspective, a new outlook, and what your journey could look like when you make a decision that you want to change your life, or you want to do something new, or you want to invest in yourself. Because at the end of the day, nothing changes if nothing changes. And if you're wanting to have expansion, growth, and go to another level with comfortness, I'm going to tell you that that's never going to happen. There is no growth in the comfort zone. There is only stagnation or decline. And so you need to accept that if you want to change your life or your circumstances, there are going to be some things that need to be changed, or you need to let them go or release or remove. And so this is very normal and part of the journey to another level, to expansion. So I hope this has given you value. Know that you can always opt into my free group, facebook.com/groups/the Legacy Academy. Or if you would like to have a conversation with me about how I can help you to be able to grow and expand, go to the next level. I've helped many, many women, over 400 women, to be able to achieve personal bests, highest income ever. I've helped also clients build 6- and 7-figure businesses. You can go to hangwiththequeen.com and book yourself in a call. We will game plan and start putting together your plan of execution, and me holding you accountable. So with that being said, thank you so much for being in this episode. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode, and I wish you all the best for the days ahead. Take care.